Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now today I want to talk about a game that's near and dear to my heart, and it is Fallout New Vegas. Now this game came out in 2010. It sold about 11.6 million copies. It was highly successful. Bethesda did outsource this game to Obsidian Studios. It was a spin-off to the highly successful Fallout 3. It takes place in the Mojave Desert, and as you can see, it focuses on Las Vegas and the Hoover Dam. So we're going to jump right into this video, and I'm going to tell you why I believe this is the best Fallout game of all time. Now, the fact that Bethesda picked Obsidian, honestly, guys, they couldn't have picked a better studio to do this game. There were people on Obsidian at the time that worked at the previous Fallout games, 1 and 2, so they knew the lore. They knew exactly how to make the game and the storytelling. And honestly, they took this game to a way higher level than Bethesda has ever been able to take it. You can see by the iterations that came after this, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, they just cannot compare to the writing in this game. And the astonishing fact is, this game was made in 18 months. So I have to ask myself, and I'm going to ask you guys too, why in the hell is it taking Bethesda so long to make these games? 18 months. Obsidian took 18 months to make this game, and it's a masterpiece in the series, and it is the best one in the series. Bethesda, what in the hell are you doing? And the fact that Obsidian packed so much into this game compared to the Bethesda ones, I honestly just don't understand, guys, and I don't think I ever will. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. The graphics are not the greatest. This came out in 2010. It was on the Creation Engine. It is what it is. It doesn't look much better than Fallout 3. But for me personally, the overall theme and aesthetic of the game is what makes it for me, and I'm going to explain why. So when you do come out of Goodsprings, everything's very desolate. It's very deserty, I would say. It looks pretty much like the old Mad Max movies from the 70s and 80s. If you're a guy in my age group of Gen X, you're going to recognize these movies. The color palette's not super great. Lots of tans and browns. And even the building interiors are not super great. But given the fact that they had an 18-month development cycle on this, I think it looks pretty damn good. One of the things I really liked and appreciated was the draw distance of the strip. When you're coming up to this and you're still miles away, you can see the strip, and it gives you that little bit of hope that there's a civilization, kind of like a shining light in a crappy old world or something like that. Just the goal to get to the strip and see what it was all about and what was going on there. That was a big part of the beginning of the game, and I really enjoyed it. And it kind of gives you something to work towards. And then once you get to the strip, the world's kind of your oyster, guys. There's so much to do there. And there's such a lot to explore in the world. Now, don't get me wrong, this is the Creation Engine. It is not without its faults. There is clipping through parts of the map. There's just the standard bugs that come along with the Creation Engine. But again, that's what gives it part of the charm. And all of these older Bethesda games and this Obsidian one, it's just part of the charm of the game, guys, and you get used to it after a while. But for me, the overall ambiance and aesthetic of this, just better than any other Fallout game that has come out, in my opinion. So when you first wake up in Doc Mitchell's house at the start of the game, he patches you up, he asks you a few questions. You do a basic character creation, and then you can pick your attributes. I usually do the one where you get some health points and your science points, so you get more skill points. Next, you get to pick 3 main skills. Now, in the skill category, if you're starting out this from new and you've never played it before, I would definitely probably go with guns, medicine, and maybe science or repair or something like that. Again, this game is your sandbox. You do whatever you want to do in it. Those are just usually my go-tos. And then after that, you'll jump into the traits menu. Me personally, I never pick these traits. Like most Obsidian games, there's good and bad consequences to choices. And these traits, while yes, you will get some good choices, I find down the road that the negative effects on these outweigh the positive effects, so I usually don't choose either one of these in this category. As for the Pip-Boy, get used to this screen because you will be looking at it for a long time, guys. I really like the design of this. Looks very 50s military looking. Very easy to navigate through the menus and look at all your stats, and when you level up you can pick your new perks and stuff. Just a well thought out design. I like how they did this, and I like the aesthetic of it. Now, the game did come with some good add-ons, guys. You have Dead Money, Honest Hearts, Old World Blues, Lonesome Road. There's a few item packs. I'd say they were all decent, and the stories were pretty good in them. They weren't far and above anything Fallout 3 came out. I actually enjoyed Fallout 3's DLC probably a little bit more than this. Quite honestly, the mod community has made these games way better than the original standalone ones. And the DLC is kind of an afterthought for these, in my opinion, for the most part. Go get some good mods, some new areas. You will definitely like it, guys, and there's more of the world to explore. You have your smaller factions like the Great Khans, they're just hippies. They kind of want to be left alone and do their own thing. Then you have the Brotherhood of Steel, which is a classic Fallout staple with their power armor. You also have the Boomers, and you have the Powder Gangers that are at the start of the game. You can choose to help these guys. You can kind of choose to not interact with them too much if you want. Of course, you're going to want to playing this game and get the most out of the story. And then we jump to the bigger factions. Mr. House is basically a dictator. He has been the dictator for the Strip for like 100 years or so. And then you have like the NCR, which basically want like a democratic society, very old world, military police type. And then you have the Legion, which is basically ran by Kaiser, and he is kind of that hard-nosed dictator, wants to run a dictatorship. Then you have Yes Man, who's a robot who wants you to take out House and all these factions and kind of be a puppet master himself. So you have a choice on who you're going to side with. And what I will say about this is that while this game did have politics in it, this is how you put politics in a game and make it matter and make it not feel forced. And on the combat, for me, the combat in this was a step up from Fallout 3. And anyone that played Fallout 3 on a controller, I would say it was very janky and jerky. The gunplay was not that great. You had to rely on VATS a lot. That was just my personal experience. Again, yours may differ, and if you play on mouse and keyboard, maybe it was a lot better. I'm sure it was. But for us controller players, I just found the gunplay in Fallout 3 was not that good. So when Fallout New Vegas came out, you can tell that they did refine the gunplay. It was a little bit easier to aim. You didn't fly past enemies, and so it made the shooting mechanic much more enjoyable. And I will say that they combined the shooting mechanics with the RPG elements, and they did a really good job on this. It really was one of these games that brought both of these elements together in a good way. And whether you were totally into RPGs or shooters or both, there was something for everybody. The game mechanics in this definitely far superior to Fallout 3. I don't think Fallout 4 did it much better in my opinion, but overall I gotta give this one to Vegas too. In my opinion, New Vegas was the pinnacle for the storytelling in this series. Far better than Fallout 3, and Fallout 4 storytelling was really not that good. Again, personal preference here, guys. But New Vegas, the story, the writing, the way they drew politics in it without getting politicky, I really like that aspect of the game. It felt like a more mature experience, and we're going to dive into that part of it. So the first part of that is definitely how they structured the quest lines. There was different ways to reach the same sort of outcome. Each quest line, I would say, had 3 different type choices. You could be good, you could be bad, you could double cross this person or double cross that person. There was different paths to reach a certain set of goals here. And I really like that they actually gave you a choice, and it felt like your choices had consequences. A lot of the times when you would choose a side, the other person would get killed or they would get screwed over somehow. And I really liked that. I felt like your choices actually had weight in the game. Not like with Fallout 4 and stuff. The game's just so vanilla, guys. That if you haven't played New Vegas, go back and play it. You will be astonished. Honestly, this game had the best writing and the best quest lines in it. And if you are looking for a game that you can replay and you won't get bored of it, you can do this several times in this game. You don't need mods to enjoy it and replay it. And that was the beauty of this game. Final thoughts here. If you have not played this game in the past few years, pop it in and give it a play. I'm going to do that today. And I think I'm actually going to play through the main part of the story again, just for shits and giggles. Now just a quick overview. The overall aesthetics of this game is way better than the other Fallout games. You will enjoy it. Again, the gunplay is tight. The RPG elements are there. Really, where this game excels is the story, guys. You can't go wrong with it. It has huge replayability, whether you put mods in it or even whether you get the DLC, it does not matter. This game will give you hundreds of hours of entertainment just by itself, like it has given me. And on the 15th anniversary of this, I just want to say thanks, Obsidian, for making an awesome game. And I want to say thanks for you guys for sticking around. I really appreciate it. If you have anything you want to add, please like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all the support, guys, and thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.